Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Whizbit's Random Gaming. And a little bit of a special one for you this week. I met up with a load of other YouTubers, content creators and retro gaming collectors down at the Retro Hunter in Leigh-on-Sea. Now if you happen to like this kind of content, please take the time to consider subscribing to the channel, give us a like, give us a share, smash that bell notification so you know as and when I'm going to be uploading. You would be absolutely amazed at what a small little gesture like hitting the like or sharing the content and how much that can help the content get seen. Anyway, this is a shop that I've been looking to hit for some time. Today was the perfect excuse. We had a little bit of a call to arms that was put out on Instagram by Retro Ed UK asking if anyone was available to have a meetup and get down to the Retro Hunter and onto a few other shops on the day. I found myself at a loose end, as many people do, just after that busy Christmas period, and I had to check it out. This was a great opportunity to meet some great people and visit a shop that I'd been meaning to do for some time. Now, first of all, we're going to check out the toy selection in this place, and it's second to none. All in great condition as well, and so many memories were evoked here. So much stuff that I remember having as a child. The He-Man stuff here, the Ghostbusters, the Hasbro WWF figures, and the WWF stuff. I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. I've tried to get a complete set of those figures on at least 2 or 3 occasions. And once you get that far into it, it becomes very difficult and very expensive. And I do love the whole look of them, and every time I see them, I do want to get back involved in it, but I'm going to resist. I really am. So there was a great bunch of people that I met up with on the day. Some I've met before, some I was meeting for the first time. I'll go through as many as I can remember, but each and every one of them that's got some kind of content creation channel, I'll make sure to leave a link in the description of this video to their respective channels, Instagrams, or whatever form of social media these guys use. Now look at this A-Team stationery set. That's got to be, what, 40 odd years old? Now, £50, yeah, a little bit on the high side, but the quality and the condition of it, amazing. We've got the classic blue WWF Hasbro ring there. It's amazing what they go for these days. And look at that sound panel that you used to get with it as well. Again, quite expensive, but to find them in good condition without the battery corrosion, yeah, it's not easy out there. Pac-Man board game there, I used to have that, and Big Track as well, another toy that I never got for Christmas. It was like I used to ask for that every Christmas. It was there with the Mr. Frosty drinks maker. It's one of the ones that my parents always used to just ignore my pleas at Christmas for that. I don't think it was a price thing, especially with the Mr. Frosty. I just don't think that they wanted to clean up the mess that I inevitably was going to make. Nice range of Hobbit toys here. Not my cup of tea, but really good condition, sealed. Now, if that's your thing, you've definitely got a great selection to go through there. Some nice magazines as well from the eras from the 90s. Got Total magazine there. I used to buy that one. I used to send letters into that magazine as well. How times change. Having a look here, we've got some Super Nintendo NTSC and a few Famicom style games here. All pretty reasonably priced as well. Inevitably, you're going to go to these indie shops and they probably will charge a couple of pounds more than your average CEX price, but that's expected. They are an independent shop, they've got overheads to pay for, and at times you've got to do that to keep these shops alive and make sure that they're still out there for you to visit. Now, I almost picked up that Sega Master System joystick today. I think I completely forgot about it, if I'm honest with you, because I did intend on picking it up. I must have walked away, and there's a lot to look at in this shop, so I kind of just forgot about it. But it's definitely something I want to pick up. Shout out to Steve, aka Spadefist, who recently donated a Master System to the channel, and now he's got me having a look at Master System stuff. Thanks for that, pal. You got Project Zero there on the Wii U. That is one that I need to pick up at some point. 150 here today, good condition as well. And here we have on the Wii U, Finding Teddy 2, £200. Now that goes for around 150 in CEX. I have to pick it up at some point. I am going actively for the Wii U full set. Today wasn't going to be that day though. Now, as I said earlier in the video, the quality of the retro toys in the Retro Hunter is pretty much second to none. Everything you see here is in really good condition. You get the impression that they're not really interested in stuff if it's in a bad condition, because either they restore it to the point that it looks brand new, or they just don't take it, because everything I saw here was just, you know, it was fantastic to look at. Now these are really nice. I love these Mortal Kombat X figures here. They seem to be based on the Masters of the Universe type molds, and they definitely look like something I would be picking up if I collected toys a lot more, and also if I had the space. I don't really have the space to do so, so I have to be quite selective when it comes to what figures or anything like that that I buy, because what's the point in buying them? You can't really play with them at my age, so you got to buy to display. Pretty solid selection of Xbox 360 stuff we've got here today, and at the bottom of this shelf we get down to the OG Xbox, a console that I'm actively collecting for, really enjoying collecting for. Unfortunately, there wasn't really much here today that I needed, or to be honest with you, really wanted. But it's always nice to see such a plethora of OG Xbox games. You go to a lot of other shops these days and they don't have many in stock. Now, some of the Game Boys that the Retro Hunter has in stock, look at the quality of these. Some of them were modded, some of them however were still in their original form, but the boxes were in great condition as well, and they was really reasonably priced. Shout out to Retro Ed, he was going to be picking up that yellow one. He was under the impression it was modded. He found out, I believe, that it wasn't modded, so that kind of put a little bit of a dampener on that. I could see the tear in Ed's eye once he realised he wouldn't be purchasing that. Don't worry, Ed, we're here to console you. Good selection of PlayStation 2 stuff as well. However, I'm not really looking for too many games on the PlayStation 2 at this current time. There's only a select few that I really want to add to the collection as we move along, and there's nothing that I saw really today that piqued my interest. Not on this system anyway. Got Fabulous Fred there at £35. I didn't think I'd be saying that today. To be honest, I've never heard of Fabulous Fred, but there you go. Nice to see some Evercade products in stock as well, and we was having a little chat about the Evercade, a few of us guys that was actually in the shop, and yeah, a lot of people enjoying the Evercade and saying that it needs to be appreciated a bit more, which I'm fully in support of. Some Tiger handheld games there, plus you just saw that video driver. What an amazing retro piece that was. Absolutely loads of PlayStation 1 games here, and what you'll notice as well with the Retro Hunt is that they have all their games kind of shrink wrapped, sealed, just for the protection side of things, which is always nice, because PlayStation 1 and in particular Dreamcast games, you've only got a cough on them, and there's a chance that the dual cases are going to fall apart. Fantastic array of Master System games, and you'll notice that the Mortal Kombat really stands out on the Master System, because the Master System is known for its kind of bland covers and artwork. Some people love them, some people don't. I'm a real fan of it. It hits that nostalgia point for me because it was the first console that I really grew up playing. Some Mega CD stuff here as well. Some really good titles, and a lot of Dreamcast stuff as well. I wanted to come out of the shop today with something Dreamcast related because I don't own enough Dreamcast related titles. There's a fairly rare one there indeed. I believe a limited run, wasn't it? Had a bit of a nightmare when they was re-releasing that with CDRs recently. Now that is a fantastic piece there. That Lethal Enforcers, well worth the £90 that it was on offer for. Now, as I mentioned earlier, great selection of Master System games, but just over to the right you can see just a small sample of the Mega Drive games that they've got on display in this shop as well. Some brilliant titles, and like I say, most indie shops are like this, but they're all in great condition. They're really looked after, and they're restored as well. I'd imagine some probably come in quite dirty, but these kind of shops, they seem to take the time and the effort to make them look like they're worth purchasing, because they know their audience, they know the people that are coming into their shops, they're collectors. I absolutely love this Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap on the Switch. This limited edition very much echoes the whole Master System ethos, the box art, everything about it. Also nice to see a hoverboard on the wall there as well. Now, I don't really know anything about these two games that you're looking at here, but they were really nice collector's edition. And the same goes with this particular game here. A game I don't really know too much about, but what an outstanding piece. Now you can see some of the mini consoles at the top there, your Amiga Mini, your Super Nintendo Mini, the American format, and the Super Famicom Mini as well. Some great Game Boy games here as well. I don't collect for the Game Boy, but the artwork and the cardboard that it comes in, they're really striking, and you can see why people collect for the system. Kung Fu here on the links. Now, I was totally unaware of this game until recently. I picked up the Atari 2600 limited edition Super Pocket, and that game is bundled with the system. I was playing it recently and it's a pretty bad game, but it's a beat 'em up, and I get an odd sense of satisfaction with those sort of games. So I played through it, and yeah, I'm probably the only person that has. Really good selection of Super Nintendo stuff here today as well, and as I've mentioned numerous times, all in really good condition. Now, another system that I wouldn't mind picking up a few titles for in the near future is the GameCube. I don't really buy a great deal for the GameCube, and you could probably count the amount of games for the system I've got on both hands. Now, that's not because I don't have a love for the system. In all honesty, I don't really have a love for the system, but I do like it, and I do need to amend that. I need to own a few more games on the GameCube. That's something I'll look to rectify in 2025. Now, here's a section that I really wanted to check out. Always good to see a few Wii U games here, and there was a few amongst the fodder sort of section that I needed for my collection, going for the full set. So it's at times like this you've got to look to pick these games up. Got Mr. Mosquito there on the PlayStation 2. I was considering picking that game up a little while ago, but I played it on the PlayStation Plus network recently, and I don't know, I didn't enjoy the game, so don't know. I don't think I'll be picking that one up for the collection. It looks nice, it's nice to have, but I do like to have games that I want to play in the collection as well. Now, there's a big hitter right there, the Jaguar CD at £750. You can understand the price that these go for. There's not a great deal of them that was made, and to get one that actually works, well, that's even more difficult. So there's a quick photo of all of us outside the shop once we'd finished and spent a load of money. But let's go through my pickups today. We've got Black and Bruised on the PlayStation 2, a really cheap game, but one you don't see out and about too often, and I've been looking to pick it up. I love those kind of punch-out knockoffs. I also picked up this Red Faction purely for the sleeve cover. How to Train Your Dragon 2 on the Wii U, another one you don't see out and about too often. Not sure how good of a game is, but it needs to come into the collection anyway. Here's one I didn't know existed, and I'm sure that it's not true what the cover says. 30 great games. I highly doubt it, but it needs to come into the collection. Angry Birds Star Wars. This is a game I'm going to sit down and play with my kids. They love Angry Birds, so I'll get some use out of that game. And as I said, I was looking to buy something Dreamcast related today, and I've got a Jack Dreamcast, so I picked up Royal Rumble for £10. Now, it was a great day out with so many like-minded folk. I'll leave a link to everyone in my description of the video so you can check them out. Hopefully we're going to be doing this a couple more times in 2025. Really enjoyed the shop as well. The owner was really welcoming. Had a great chat with him at very reasonable prices, and now I know how to get to this shop quite easily by public transport. I'm going to be heading there on a fairly regular basis. Let me know if you saw anything that you think I should have picked up today. Also, feel free to mock any of my pickups as well and tell me that I shouldn't have picked them up. Always love to hear your feedback. In the meantime, guys, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you do like this kind of content, please take the time to consider subscribing. Hit that bell notification. Give us a share. It really helps the channel and its content get seen by a wider audience. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for watching the video. It's much appreciated. And yeah, going to be doing a lot more indie shops in the year 2025. We're going to be heading outside of London as well. Until the next video, take care.